Welcome to RelyLocal Frederick Business Radio Spotlight. For the next 30 minutes, you will hear fast-paced interviews, unique perspectives, and valuable insight from real people who believe that empowering local business is everybody's business. This show is about the backbone of America, small businesses right here in and around the communities where we live, work, and play. And now, your host, Caressa Flannery, brings you RelyLocal Frederick's Business Radio Spotlight.
Hello, this is Caressa Flannery. Once again, thank you for tuning in for another segment of the RelyLocal Business Spotlight. And I'm sure a lot of people out there are wondering, what the heck is RelyLocal? Well, RelyLocal actually is a grassroots campaign where we are supporting local businesses in the area. A healthy community depends on a healthy economy, and both completely depend on the local businesses in Frederick. Simply put, more money spent with local businesses stays here, about 68%, where much less money spent with national chains stays in the area, only about 14%. And money spent online, well, that simply leaves us forever. To us at RelyLocal, supporting local businesses doesn't stop with the economy. It is all about creating a stable and vibrant community. Frederick businesses create jobs, the tax revenue for schools and parks and roadways, while offering diversity in the marketplace with unique products and services that are not found in the big box stores or the chain restaurants. And not to mention, these local businesses are owned by the very people who sponsor our Little Leagues, donate to our local charities, and volunteer for our community events. They give back to the community in countless ways. And you rely on them, but can they rely on you? Every dollar that you spend with a Frederick business stimulates our local economy. You don't have to break the piggy bank to support local businesses. Just refocusing $20 of your current spending toward a local businesses instead of online, national, or big box merchants can have a major impact in our community. And it's so important to support these local businesses and organizations. And today we are actually talking education, but a different kind of education. We are talking about the Frederick Rock School, or we should say, Let There Be Rock School. And today I have with me in the studio Jason Turnbow. He is the operations manager for the Frederick Rock School, or I should say, Let There Be Rock School. And we'll get to that in a little bit, why there's the difference in the names. But Jason, maybe you can give the listeners out there a little bit of insight into, I know that Scott Marcerone is the one who started the Frederick Rock School here in the local community. So maybe give a little bit of information on how that all transpired, his background and so forth.
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, Frederick Rock School, Let There Be Rock School, got started by Scott Marcerone and his wife, Kayla Marcerone, about 2.5 years ago. They started the project to give back to the kids, to get the kids involved. Mm-hmm. Scott has done it all his life. He's been around music since he was a kid. He played bass in a band. He's been on every level, basically, of the music industry, mm-hmm. as far as managing and scouting. And then he went and did the 9-to-5 thing, and now it's time for him to give back to the kids and start this community for the kids. And it's amazing. I mean, I've seen it grown. I've been with Scott for 1.5 years now, and I've seen it grown so much. And it's really awesome.
No, it's incredible. I mean, it's a great asset, I think, to the Frederick community. And so, actually, how long has the Frederick Rock School been around?
It'll be 2.5 years now.
2.5 years.
Yes,
so
that's correct.
He had this background in music. He wanted to give back to kids. And I would imagine he probably was like, I'm going to start a school. I'm going to, educate, pull together some resources, people that I know that, play the drums, play, various instruments and whatnot, and get them together and, educate these kids. And, I think it's important because I know in the school system, they don't have music as so much of a priority anymore.
Yeah, they kind of took it out of the school systems.
Yeah, they did. What I mean? Yeah, and it's a shame because there is so much talent out there. From the musical standpoint, there's so much talent with these kids, and I mean, I've seen it firsthand, even with the Frederick Rock School. But let's just talk about so he said that maybe he just woke up one day and he wanted to start a school to educate these people, but there are other there are other rock schools. So did he contact someone? How did he get this all started?
Well, the way it kind of started was he had gone and taken a visit of another rock school, and liked what was going on there, so he wanted to start his own concept.
Gotcha.
Where he could do everything his way. You know what I mean? And
make it be unique.
That's correct.
Yeah,
that's
make
correct.
it be his own.
Yeah, make it be his own. Put his own stamp on it.
Exactly.
To let the kids not only come in for their individual lessons, but then also to place them in the bands. And then they're in a band, and they stay together. You know what I mean? These bands stay together. It's not like...
And they're learning discipline and patience, I would imagine.
Yes, a lot of that.
And how to deal with different personalities, just egos, so many different things that go into it.
It's really not an ego thing, and that's the thing that I like about this is all the kids are there for the same reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's to learn music.
Sure.
It's not like a regular school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also not like going to the mall and taking a lesson and then you're leaving and then that's it. Here you get, we're also, not only are we a music school, we're also an after-school community center where kids can also come in, hang out, make new friends. And I mean, I've seen a little bit of everything, but it's awesome to see these kids transpire into come out of their shell, per se.
Yeah, and you all do have really a good community feel, I think. When you walk in the Frederick Rock School, you've got, the play, or what do you call it, the playroom or the game room or something like that?
I call it the lounge.
The lounge. I'm sure they love that, the lounge.
Yes, the lounge. I mean, we have the lounge where we have a pool table where the kids can, come in and shoot pool. We have a flat screen TV so they can sit back and, watch their favorite shows on.
Right.
We also have a homework area where they can come in, during the school year. Do their homework. We also supply free Wi-Fi for the kids as well.
That's awesome.
So they have a laptop, iPad, iPod.
And they have all the gadgets.
Yes,
these days.
all these kids do.
I'm sure that they love having a place to go.
And I'm not surprised.
Friends.
I mean, I see some of the kids come in there, and they're 12, 13 years old, have a cell phone. I'm like, I didn't have that when I was a kid.
Well, we didn't have cell phones back then, I don't think.
I'm like, this is awesome.
I know I didn't.
I know. I was like, I wish I had this.
Yeah, I know. It's just such a great community environment. And I know even when I've seen the kids out when they're, at a gig or something like that, they're just so professional. They really act like they're, here for business. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even though they're having a great time and having fun and they're learning, they're just really I don't know, very polished, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah, we try to polish them up. And it's cool because when they get on stage, they're like little musicians. But when they come off stage, they're kids again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
it's
true.
Cool to see that transformation.
That's because they're coming together as a team. You know how like when there's sports teams, you come together as a team and it's like it's for a greater good.
Yes.
But then when you're not playing on the team, it's different. It's a different story. You're back to being a kid again, but it's a little bit different, a little more serious, a little more professional, I guess, in that way. Well, we're getting ready to go to a break.
Awesome.
Our first break already. So we just want to remind everyone out there, we'll be back with Jason, but we want to remind everyone, if you would like to send any email feedback, questions, or even interview suggestions, you can do so by emailing rlf@wthu.org, or you can call us at the station at 301-637-6736. This is Caressa Flannery. We will be right back.
Okay, I have the honor of being in one of the busiest and most satisfying restaurants in Frederick, the Golden Corral. It's located on Spectrum Drive right next to the Francis Scott Key Mall right here in Frederick, and I'm with hospitality manager Terry Amaker. Terry, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing, sir?
So you're the original hospitality manager here?
I am the original and the only hospitality manager at the Golden Corral.
Any specials coming up?
Yes, we've got one coming up. We've got a Tropical Island Grill coming up, and that will be coming out in August. And we're looking forward to that because we got a lot of shrimp and seafood coming out.
Tropical Island Grill.
Tropical Island Grill.
And I noticed you get a lot of bus groups in here.
We get a lot of bus groups. We, if you have a bus, you want to schedule a bus to stop by anytime, we give out special prices for special groups, and we take care of it, get you in quick and get you out quick, and make sure that you're happy.
It's unlimited deliciousness. It's the ultimate 2 for $20 dinner buffet, Monday through Thursday. Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
There has never been a better time to get fit, and the place to do it is Fitness First, now with 17 locations, including 2 in Frederick. Their new location at 5245 Westview Drive, formerly the Frederick Athletic Club, features 20,000 square feet of workout space that includes cycling, yoga, full-court basketball, Pilates, Zumba, sauna steam rooms, and plenty more. Go to fitnessfirstclubs.com for details. Open 7 days a week, Fitness First helps you put your fitness first.
In this challenging real estate market, you can't afford to leave the most important financial decision of your life to just anyone. Broker-owned and operated, Shank & Associates Realty provides quality real estate services and have the experience to easily exceed your expectations. Whether buying, selling, or managing property, let Rich Shank show you why he has been a consistent multi-million-dollar sales producer for over 12 years. Call Shank & Associates Realty today at 301-271-1122. Shank & Associates Realty is a proud sponsor of the champion Frederick Keys.
Hello again, this is Caressa Flannery, your host for the RelyLocal Business Spotlight. And we will get right back with Jason Turnbow here from the Frederick Rock School, or Let There Be Rock School. But I wanted to just let everyone know that RelyLocal actually does networking events. And next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday, I should say, we have a networking event at Olive's Ristorante downtown. It's an Italian place. They have a great lounge bar area. From 5 to 7 p.m., we will have our networking event there on August 29th. And there's going to be half-price appetizers and drinks, free door prizes, and also a RelyLocal cocktail. And, you know, it's a great opportunity for business professionals to network together. So if anybody out there listening would love to join us, you know, please RSVP. You can send that to Caressa, Caressa, at RelyLocal.com. And now we are back with Jason Turnbow, and he is the operations manager of the Frederick Rock School, or I should say, Let There Be Rock School. And that leads me to my next question, because the name sort of changed here recently. So tell us a little bit about what the thinking behind that was.
Sure. Well, we had Frederick Rock School. That was the original concept idea, and we ran with that name forever. And that's how everybody knows us by, because sometimes now if you say, yeah, we're at Let There Be Rock School, they're like, where did I say Let There Be Rock School? They notice it. But the reason for the change was when we have 2 other locations, one in Columbia, Maryland, the other one in Delco, Delaware County, and outside of Philadelphia. When we started those 2 schools, they opened up as Let There Be Rock School Delco and Let There Be Rock School Columbia.
Gotcha.
So then we decided then to change the name so all the locations would be concurrent with the same name.
Gotcha.
With the same.
So it's Let There Be Rock School Frederick.
That's correct.
I mean, it represents itself here in the Frederick community.
That's correct.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I mean, you know, I like everybody else, has kind of heard it thrown around 2 different ways. So you're like, which is it? You know, what's the change all about there? So didn't know if, you know, sometimes when names change, you know, things change hands, stuff like that. So we just want to make sure we were clear on that.
All stayed the same, it just with the new name to get to match the other locations.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so we talked a little bit about what you all provide for the students there at the school, at the facility. But what is a typical day like for, so if a child registers with, you know, the Let There Be Rock School in Frederick, what is a typical day like for them?
Well, first thing we do is when they come in, people call in and we give them a tour of the school, and then we sit down with the parent, or in some cases adults too, because we do adults as well. So it's just not only kids that come to our location, we also have adults. When they come in, we get a feel for them. We find out what instrument they play between drums and guitar and bass and vocals and keyboards. And then we're also getting ready to start a couple other programs too with recording engineering and photography.
Wow.
So we find out what they're interested in and what their best available day is. So we talk to the parent in most cases and say, hey, we teach lessons Monday through Friday. Our hours of operation are 3 to 9, and then we go from there and we find out what day and what time.
Okay.
So example, Johnny comes in and he wants to take drum lessons, and his only available day is Thursday.
Right.
Then we'd find out what time on Thursday evening he's available and what time slots we have available. So then once we get them locked in on that time, then once a week they would come in for their half-hour lesson.
Gotcha.
And take their lesson with their designated instructor.
Gotcha.
So not only do they come in early, they stay late, they hang out.
In the lounge.
Yes, in the lounge.
And on the Wi-Fi, on their iPads.
That's correct, yes. But then they can come, but they come in for their lesson, and we make it fun for them.
So you have like the after-school stuff, so if they come there, and let's say they had a lesson at 3:30 after school, they can come there for their lesson at 4 o'clock, they can still hang out till 5 o'clock, 5:30, till their parents can pick them up.
That's correct.
Right?
And we even have some students that come in, for example, would come in like for a 4:30 lesson. Their rehearsal's not till 6:30.
Yeah, okay.
Because we do have the band program as well,
Sure.
and we'll get into that with you. But we have a band program as well where they get placed into the bands, and some days it works out where the kid has their lesson and their band rehearsal on the same day, and we try to maneuver that. But when you're working with 5 different kids and setting
I'm sure it's probably
schedule,
a little difficult.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's great. So, you talked a little bit about how when the parents come in and you kind of run them through everything. So you all have registrations going on all the time. So if somebody wanted to get, their child enrolled, I mean, they can pretty much contact you guys all the time and go through your website or by phone or just stopping by.
Yeah,
right?
they can contact us on our website at www.frederickrockschool.com. We still use the Frederick Rock School.
Yeah.
Or they can give us a call at 610-220-9982, or just stop by the school. We're located at 5732B Industry Lane in Frederick, Maryland.
Great.
21704.
Yeah, and we'll do the contact stuff at the very end of the segment too, but we want to, just definitely make sure that people know how to get in touch if they're thinking, this is a great opportunity. Absolutely. My kid's interested in music, and if they want to be a rock star, why not? I mean, that would be so cool. And they could learn all kinds of different instruments, I'm sure, and be a part of a band and play all over the place. And that brings me to my next question. You guys, the kids, they play everywhere. I've seen them so much all over the place at all kinds of different events and festivals and things like that. So where are some of the places, I mean, let's share with the people listening, where do they play, and how do people get in touch with them to book them?
Well, number one, our main objective and our main course study for the band program is we have a show every 12 weeks at Champion Billiards. And each show is different themes.
Okay.
For example, our last show was Southern Rock, was a tribute to Southern Rock. We've done a tribute to the 70s, to the 80s, to AC/DC, to the Beatles. So we cover all genres of rock. It's just not, a set thing every time.
That's like my kind of music. You know? So these kids are learning music that was like popular and big, back in when I was younger.
Absolutely, and they get the concept of it. You know what I mean? It helps broaden their horizon. I mean, we've had some kids that have been with us since day one. That's done all 9 of our shows now, so they've learned. 3. And each band learns 3 songs. Yeah. So they go out and we play Champion Billiards every 12 weeks. We played 4th of July this year at Baker Park. We're playing Crumlin Farms. We opened up at M3 Festival at Meriwether Post Pavilion main stage.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's that's
Yeah,
that's huge. Really awesome.
That was a great experience.
Wow, that's great. Well, listen, we're going to get ready to go to another break, but when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the exciting event that's coming up next weekend and even beyond that, because I know Frederick Rock School, Let There Be Rock School, has lots of stuff going on. So this is Caressa Flannery. We will be right back.
Welcome to the real world, she said to me, condescendingly. Take a seat, take your life, plot it out in black and white. Well, I never lived the dream of the prime kings.
Emerson once said, people only see what they are prepared to see. That's why Thermont Eye Care understands that vision is more than just seeing. It is providing you with professional vision solutions from eyewear to contacts that will help you see better and enhance how people see you. Thermont Eye Care is passionate about providing for all of your vision needs with a caring attitude and a dedicated commitment to serving those who want the best. Conveniently located on the square in Thermont, Maryland. Thermont Eye Care can help you save time and money. Tired of driving all over just to find the right vision care center that can fit your busy schedule? Dr. Molly Karen is a board-certified optometrist with years of experience who understands that your eyesight is a precious gift. See the best. Thermont Eye Care, located at number 2 East Main Street in downtown Thermont. Walk in or call area code 301-271-0554 for an appointment today. That number again, 301-271-0554.
Do you enjoy fine Asian cuisine? And if so, are you curious where you can find great sushi in northern Frederick County? Simply Asia has everything you desire and more. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or just hanging out with friends, Simply Asia is the most exciting restaurant in the area. Their mouth-watering Mandarin orange chicken is a culinary delight. Their expert sushi chefs can make everything from California roll to their specialty, Maryland crab roll. Enjoy Chinese, Thai, and Japanese Asian fusion cooking at its finest. Simply Asia uses high-quality traditional recipes, spices, and sauces with no MSG, low oil, and low fat, all at an affordable low price. Simply Asia, not just a restaurant, but a bistro. Simply Asia is located at 120 Frederick Road in Thurmont. The place to find the succulent flavors of the East are North Frederick County at Simply Asia Pan Asian Bistro. For more info, call 301-271-2857. That's 301-271-2857.
Hey everybody, this is Caressa Flannery with the RelyLocal Business Spotlight, and I want to make sure that you go to your computer right now and become a fan of these pages, okay? The Source Radio Network. You want to become a fan. That's WTHU's page on Facebook. Become a fan. You'll learn all about all the different programming that they have going on and how they're helping some local businesses in the area as well. And then you want to become a fan of RelyLocal Frederick, Maryland. That's Frederick MD actually on the end there. And we post all kinds of things, all kinds of different things going on, events, tips, tricks, specials, offers, just all kinds of different things going on with these local businesses in the area. And then the Frederick Rock School actually has a page. I believe it's a profile page on Facebook as well. So if you are interested in learning more about the Frederick Rock School, they post a lot of great stuff as far as their events and registration and things that are going on at the school. So definitely check them out. And we are here again with Jason Turnbow, and we are talking about the Frederick Rock School, or Let There Be Rock School Frederick. And Jason, we were just talking right before the break about all the events that the kids have done in the local area. A lot of them. Anyway, there's so many. I mean, I've seen them a bunch of times at various different things, and they continue to get better and better every time I've seen them. So in terms of things coming up, I know next weekend is a big weekend for you guys.
Yes.
It's a huge weekend. There's a big event happening. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening on September 1st.
Crumlin Farms, Crumlin Jam.
Yes.
They have it every year on Labor Day. This will be our second year, I believe, or third year. I'm trying to remember.
I think it's the third.
Yeah, third year. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But we're playing. We have 9 different bands playing. We have 2 designated time slots, which I don't know the time slots yet. But I knew gates open at 1. Mm-hmm. And the event's all day till 10 p.m. And the night ends with fireworks. And there's going to be all kinds of events for kids out there. So it's not just for the adults, but there's 3 stages of music going all day. Vendors selling arts and crafts,
right?
Moon bounces and other.
I think do they have a beer garden?
Yes, there's a beer garden. Yes,
yeah. And then, gosh, you guys are having fireworks there. Yes. That's really exciting. Yeah. I mean, it's like it's the 4th of July again.
I know.
Well, I suppose it is a holiday weekend, so it's good to have the fireworks. But okay, so the kids are playing on 2 different stages, or.
I don't know the exact details.
So that's all being worked out.
That's correct.
And the finalization.
Yeah.
And then what are some of the bands that are going to be there? I mean, I know that there's a lot of really awesome local talent, but there's isn't there some national acts that are involved with that?
Steve Whiteman's band Funny Money will be playing,
right?
As well as Lucy will be playing. Our good friends from Hagerstown,
right? And Freddie Long Band.
Freddie Long Band is coming. Will be there.
And you got the Noli Moles, I think. Are they in it or? I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the rest of the bands.
There's a number of local bands.
Yes.
Now, if people want to get more information...
The Preston Brothers. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Preston Brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of our instructors is playing with them. So.
Okay, great. Yeah, there's a lot of local bands I know that I saw in the lineup, and it sounds like it's going to be an awesome day. Yeah. Let's pray that the weather is...
Knock on wood.
I know, right? It's going to hold out for that event. Yes. And, all those bands get to perform because it is such a lineup. So if anybody wanted to just spend the day and hear great music and, bring the kids, have them just run around. I mean, Crumlin Farms is a very large facility, well, it's a farm, obviously, so there's a lot of land, for these kids to run around and play and do their thing. And they've got the activities for them, the moon bounce. And are they going to do the race cars and stuff? Do you know?
I'm not.
Do they have that going on?
Not 100%
yeah, I was just curious. I know they've done that in the past,
yes.
But so many exciting things go on at Crumlin Farm, and I know whenever they have events there, they always do a big spread of really, just great stuff. So I'm sure it's going to be awesome. And how do people get tickets?
You can go to www.clickitticket.com.
I think it's Click It Events.
Is it Click It Events?
I believe it's Click It Events.
Yes, I'm sorry. Click It Events.
Yeah, I was going to say, clickitevents.com, I think, is the actual URL for that. If anybody wants tickets, and I'm sure you could probably get them at the door or at the gate, I would imagine, if you wanted to attend with your family. But it sounds like it's going to be a really awesome day, and evening of events. Now, I know that the kids have some other things. I mean, beyond what's happening on September 1st, there's some other stuff coming up. So what's going on?
Then the following weekend is the big celebration in the street of Frederick.
Yeah.
Down on Market Street. Last year we were on 5th Street. This year we're on 7th Street. Mm-hmm. Huge stage. We have all of our bands playing at that.
Yep.
We have all 32 bands beginning at 11 a.m. going until 5 p.m. And then later that evening, we have our house band playing up the creek.
Yeah, you're playing. They're actually leading into the final band of the evening, which is the Reflex, and they're an '80s band. But yeah, we're really excited. I'm actually a part of the entertainment committee for Celebrate Frederick. So just in general, I knew a little bit about what was happening there, and that is just a fun-filled day. I mean, the whole family can come out. There's beer gardens. There's all kinds of great food. I mean, the restaurants that are in downtown Frederick come out. They have amazing food, and they bring it out, and it's just a really awesome day all around. And the music and every block is just, it's phenomenal. And we're so glad really to have the Frederick Rock School, Let There Be Rock School, there, because you guys are going to be able to showcase the talent that you have there at the school all day long, and even into the evening, when we have the big to do up the creek. Yes. So that's really exciting. So are there any other events that you have coming up, even beyond that?
Our next show, next 12-week show will be in the month of November.
Okay.
We're back at Champions again.
Okay. What's the theme for that one?
Our theme this time is punk rock.
Punk rock?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Get out.
Yes.
Oh my
it's
God.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, it is a genre.
Yes.
It is something that, I think these kids need to take a look at and, just check it out from all the craziness that was done in the past. That's awesome.
Yeah, for the last 2 weeks we've have rehearsals up and going, and the kids have been learning the songs, and it's just, and you're just amazed when you walk through the hallways.
That's incredible. That's incredible. That's awesome. Well, Jason, we are actually getting ready to run out of time. Okay. So before we close out the show, I want to make sure that we go through all the contact stuff again and make sure everyone knows how to get in touch with the Frederick Rock School. And maybe, obviously it's September 1st, September 8th, you got some opportunities to see the kids, but go through all the contact information so they can get in touch.
Sure. Our website is www.frederickrockschool.com. Our phone number is 610-220-9982, or you can stop by and see us at 5732B Industry Lane, Frederick, Maryland 21704.
Awesome. And again, you are on Facebook.
That's correct. We're on Facebook at Frederick Rock School, yes.
Exactly. And Jason, thank you so much for coming in today.
Carissa. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and sharing a little bit about, what all these kids, these great kids, these talented kids are up to. So we really appreciate you coming in. And folks, this is Carissa, and we hope you'll tune in next time. But stay tuned for our next program, Bobby Likas Car Clinic, sponsored by RelyLocal member Roddy Creek Automotive. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to RelyLocal Frederick's Business Radio Spotlight right here on AM 1450, The Source. Heard Saturdays at 1:30 p.m., RelyLocal Frederick's Business Radio Spotlight is a movement, a campaign to take us back to what makes America great. Businesses locally owned and operated by you and your neighbors. Thanks for spending your valuable time today with us.